Lesson number 15. The pasuk continues, Daberu el kol adat Israel lemor. That Hashem is telling Moshe and Aaron to speak to all of Bnei Israel, saying, Be'asor lachodesh hazeh, on the 10th of this month, which we established in the last lesson that this was Nisan, in the 10th Be'asor of this month, Yikhu lahem ish, each man shall take se lebet abot se labayit, a lamb for each household and for each house. So each head of the house would take a lamb for each household. Ve'im mim'at habayit miyot miseh, and if there is not enough for a lamb, meaning if, let's say, there's only 2 people in the household and not enough for a seh, for a lamb, ve'lakachu ushcheno hakarov el beto b'michsat nefashot, then he and his neighbor who is close to him shall take, according to the amount of souls that he has or people that he has in his house, ish lefi ochlot tachosu alaseh, in order to cover the amount of people required to eat the lamb. As we're going to see, you're not allowed to have any left over. So if you are too small of a family to have the Korban Pesach, the lamb, then you join with your neighbor that is next to you. So here Rashi has a few notes. He says, Daberu el kol adat. So you notice that Hashem is telling both Moshe and Aaron to speak. Daberu is in plural. You shall speak, to Dabru. So the Rashi asks, Vechi Aharon medaber? Does Aaron really speak to Bnei Israel? V'alo kvar ne'emar ata dedaber. It already said you are the one speaking in reference to Moshe. So it's Moshe the one who's giving the instruction. So why does it say here that Aaron is going to speak, or both of them is going to speak? Ela cholkin kavod ze lazeh. Rather, Moshe and Aaron were giving each other honor. Ve'omrim ze lazeh lamdeni, and each one would say, no, you speak, no, you speak. Okay, you teach me now, no, you teach me now. Each one was giving honor to each other. Ve'hadibur yotzeh mi ben shenehem, and a miracle happened, and the words of instruction that Hashem said came out from both of their mouths. Ki'ilu shenehem medabrim, as if both of them were speaking. So that's how Rashi answers his question. His question is really that Moshe was the one who was speaking. So why does it say that Aaron would speak? That would be the fact that they were giving each other honor made them both speak miraculously at the same time. Then that's what took place. El kol adat Israel be'asor lachodesh. So you shall speak to all the Jewish people on the 10th of the month. So Rashi is giving us just logistically when this is taking place. Dibru hayom berosh chodesh. This instruction was given on Rosh Chodesh, on the 1st of the month. Sheikhu be'asor lachodesh, that Bnei Israel should take the lamb when? On the 10th of the month. So he's giving this instruction 10 days in advance. He's giving the instruction on Rosh Chodesh that they shall take the lamb on the 10th day of the month. Hazeh, on this 10th day of the month. What's Hazeh? Pesach Mitzrayim mikhu be'asor. Only the Pesach of Egypt, the first ever Pesach, the one that we celebrate, okay? The story that took place so many years ago in Egypt, that's, and only then do they take on the 10th of the month. Velo Pesach Dorot, and not the future Korban Pesachs. The future Korban Pesachs was going to take place on the 14th of the month. But the Pesach that took place, the original Pesach, they had to take the Korban Pesach on the 10th day. They had to take the lamb on the 10th day. And we're going to learn they had to keep it 4 days, holding it there in preparation. So only the Pesach of Mitzrayim was on the 10th day. And that's why it says, Be'asor lachodesh hazeh. Hazeh, this specific year, that's when you take it on the 10th, but not in future generations. That's not going to happen. That's going to happen, you're going to take it on the 14th. Rashi just explains, what's going to happen if a small family takes the lamb and it's not enough for them, God forbid, there's going to be notar. Notar is extra. We don't want extra meat here. We don't want extra food. We have to consume it whole completely. So therefore, like the Torah tells us, you have to go take a shachen, your closest neighbor, to join you with the seh, so that you eat it completely on the night of Pesach.